Hi guys, this is Anonymous with another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. This is part 2 of the Mass Talon series. This time we have winners again, playing Night Elf. This time, though, our hero will be Lyn in blue as Orc. This game on Turtle Rock, which in my opinion is a fairly balanced map for this sort of thing. Anyway, the last game was the Elf winning and how to succeed with Mass Talons. This game will be how to beat Mass Talons with Orc. Yeah, Lyn wins. Big surprise, Lyn always wins. Well, I don't know. He's been in a little, sort of a mini slump lately, but this is a game from about a month ago, and he was always winning. So, anyway, and this is Lyn against Talons. Lyn was sort of the player who catalyzed the Talons' fall from the scene. So you don't see Talons that much lately, and I'm pretty sure it's because Lyn would beat them with incredible regularity. And so he knows what he's doing. This is the way to do it. He's pretty much the master of this. Sorry, I forgot to hold alt in the last commentary. I'm really sorry about that. I know everyone has been saying I must hold alt during the battles. I'll try to do that in this one. I'll really try to remember. It's hard. The problem with a health bar script, I was thinking of getting one, but the problem is it's really distracting to have them on all the time. As you know, this is not my favorite thing ever. And also, occasionally there are some bugs with the health bars, which is frustrating. They get stuck. I don't know if this is just on my machine, but anyway, that happens sometimes. Anyway, how do you counter Mass Talons? First of all, I mean, assuming you start out with the Blade Master. I don't know. I haven't seen many games of Mass Talon versus Farseer or Tauren Chieftain, but I imagine that Chain Wave is quite effective. On the other hand, your Farseer is weak. I'm not really sure how that goes. I mean, most of the games these days are Blade Master. So if you get a Blade Master first, you will get a Tauren Chieftain second. That's very important. Obviously, Shockwave is your only survival. It's like your one thread of survival against the Talons. So, pretty much everything that the Orc does is about Shockwave. And, I mean, okay, I'm exaggerating a little, but not too much. You know, you baby your Tauren Chieftain like, I don't know, like a cat with liver disease or something. You take really, really good care of it, because you love it. It's your your little pet. You need it. It's important. And, anything the Tauren Chieftain asks for, it gets. I don't know why I said liver disease. That was really random. But, hey, I'm turning into Moltram. This is scary. Lyn hunting down the Wisp. Oh. Yeah. When you're Lyn, you get things like that. Let's see. Lyn is attacking fast. And this is a good thing to do. I mean, obviously he doesn't know whether he's against Talons or not yet. He hasn't scouted. He should have scouted, but he didn't. But he's going to know soon. And basically, here's how he figures it out. He doesn't scout the Night Elf space until after he starts his Tauren Chieftain. And I mean, I can only speculate why he decided to get the Tauren Chieftain. But I think part of it is that he knows that Winners likes to go Mass Talons. But another part of it is that he saw the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is here harassing him alone, right? What does that mean? Well, here are some archers, actually, but what does it mean that the Demon Hunter is going for harass instead of for creeping? Well, if we were going to see lores, then Demon Hunter would probably be creeping, so we must be seeing Talons. And later you'll see the Demon Hunter trying to harass. By the way, really nice grunt block here to save his Blade Master from... I mean, it might have died because he doesn't have the boots. So that was clutch. Anyway, Winners and Lyn teched at about the same time. When you see Demon Hunter harassing you solo, it might or might not mean Talons, unfortunately, but it's a fairly good bet that the Demon Hunter is harassing you solo because elsewhere there is a Beastmaster creeping. I mean, that's just the usual the usual reason. I mean, it could be obviously some other hero, but you know, usually it'll be a Beastmaster creeping somewhere else when you see the Demon Hunter doing a solo harass. So these archers hidden here. Unfortunately, Lin, he ran into them, but he didn't dust. He could have gotten 2 of those kills, I think. Anyway, just hold on a second. I need to close. No, I don't need to close the window. Their noise just went down dramatically. Sorry. I'm not sure if it's even being picked up on the microphone, but there was some noise from outside, and I was annoyed by it. Now here's the Demon Hunter doing a bit of a solo harass, and there's the Beastmaster. I'm pretty sure Lin saw that. I'm not absolutely certain. Anyway, so now he knows that it is in fact Talons. He's already gotten his Torn Chieftain. I think he got his Torn Chieftain as soon as he saw the DH doing the solo harass. Now a little bit of game here. I mean, not much I can say about this. Just, you know, when you get crits like Lin does like that, I mean, 108 damage. Yeah. If I could get those crits, maybe I'd be as good as him. Good things include creeping this merchant camp for the Watcher Ward. On this map, you always want to do that. But, and you know, against any strategy, but don't forget it. It's important. It gives you scouting information that's very valuable. Now, what you'll see is that Lin is still, you know, still doesn't know where his opponent is. So, you know, he sent his grunts the wrong way. Fortunately for him, it's night, so they didn't die. But this is just an example of, you know, Lin should have done more scouting. He might have had a little bit of a successful attack there. You know, maybe force the Beastmaster to come back home if he had brought his grunts to the base with his Blademaster, but no. Anyway. Now Torn Chieftain is out. Endurance Aura first. And the reason you get Endurance Aura first is that level 1 Shockwave doesn't do much anyway. Your job is to creep that Torn Chieftain to level 3 as fast as possible, and the Endurance Aura is going to help you to do that. You're not even going to be using the Shockwave while creeping. So you can put it off till level 2. At that point, it becomes sort of an emergency spell. If the Night Elf manages to force a fight while you're still level 2 Torn Chieftain, I mean, obviously you go ahead and use it. Now, Lin has researched Pillage. He is researching Pillage. I'm pretty sure. And he's now, okay, look, Alt. There you go. And he's pushing the Night Elf space. And that's an example of why the Night Elf has to pressure, because he just lost a Moonwell there. And okay, he's not researching Pillage yet. He does that next. But there's really not much reason to lose that Moonwell, and Lin, you know, now forcing the Night Elf to rebuild a Moonwell. He lost some Moon Juice. There's really no reason for that. He could have, if he had just been pushing, he would have avoided that, because Lin would have had to stick around his own base. Yeah, Winner's got a staff. I think that's a bad idea. Not that it's not a bad item. I mean, it costs 150 gold, though, that I think could be better spent. The staff is not going to be useful against raiders. I mean, obviously, if you have bears, you use it, you get it anyway, because the bears are so valuable. But when you're only using the staff for heroes, it's not so effective, and we'll see that in this game later, in the fights, that the staff is not very effective in this matchup. And I mean, you can get one if you feel really confident, but it's not as essential as it is in others. Now Lin is doing a smart thing in creeping, because, okay, the idea, remember, the Torn Chieftain is the center of this matchup for the Orc. Blademaster is nice too, but you want your Torn Chieftain level 3. You also want your Blademaster level 3. That's an important goal too. So that's why Lin is still creeping his Blademaster with his Torn Chieftain. But, by the way, he gets here the best drop that you could possibly hope for against Talons. Potion of Greater Mana. That is exactly what you want. Because, you know, in the previous games of Mass Talons, I've said, you know, buy the Mana Potion. It's really important. I can't remember exactly how I said it. It was something like, Grubby is a noob for not buying a Mana Potion, or something like that. This is better. This is 2 Mana Potions all at once. Now, the thing about a Greater Mana Potion is you have to use it wisely, and unfortunately in this game, Lin does not use it wisely. He uses it trying to get a kill on the Demon Hunter, which we'll see later, and it doesn't work out, and that is really a waste. Yes, so you need to be careful with your Mana Potions. Though the time to use a Mana Potion is right before you want to cast Shockwave, and preferably in a situation